Hi, I'm Anthony F. Elmore in downtown Memphis on the mighty Mississippi River, bringing you another hot and fiery Black Memphis history lesson. Let me take you to Mason Temple Church in Memphis, Tennessee on July 31st, 1959. The construction of Mason Temple began in 1940. Progress was slow during the war years due to a shortage of supplies, including steel, but the building was dedicated in December 1945 during the year's Church of God in Christ convocation. You see, Church of God in Christ serves as the spiritual center of a primary black denomination that has grown. The Church of God in Christ has grown to 6.5 million members in 6 continents. You see, in 1959, the Memphis NAACP witnessed a significant push for political representation by African American leaders. You see, they grew to over 50,000 members during this time. A local all-black and independent political party known as the Volunteer Ticket emerged. The Volunteer Ticket aimed to get black candidates elected to various positions in Memphis. You see, historically, this was the time of the Civil Rights movement in Memphis, whereas attorneys now ran the NAACP. I want to give you a lesson in Black Memphis history via taking you to Mason Temple on April 3rd, 1968, whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said these words.
But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Again, on July 31st, 1959, it was when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. headed a rally at Mason Temple Church in Memphis for the Volunteer Ticket. What was historic about this meeting was that the Lincoln League Republicans came together with the new and reformed Old Democratic Party. The event was headed by 30-year-old Russell B. Sugarmon, born May 11th, 1929, whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born January 15th, 1929. The fact is, Dr. King and Russell B. Sugarmon attended Morehouse College together, and they knew each other. They were friends. You see, Sugarmon was running for Public Service Commission, and 34-year-old Benjamin Hooks was running for Juvenile Court Judge. Reverend C. Bunton for the Board of Education. Reverend Roy Love was also running for the Board of Education, and Elihu Stanback was running for tax assessor. You see, the rally drew over 5,000 African Americans, and the event featured the famous gospel singer Mahalia Jackson. Also at the event was Daisy Bates and others. You see, Mrs. Bates was the leader of the Little Rock, Arkansas National Association of Advancement of Colored People movement to integrate Arkansas, where they had the challenges in Arkansas. Now, this happened in 1957 when they had the National Guard had to escort black children to go to school in Arkansas. Now, the event was sponsored by the local Memphis members of the NAACP. You see, George W. Lee was the chairman of the steering committee of the event, and also A. Maceo Walker was the co-chairman. Now, A.W. Willis was the secretary, and Jesse Turner, who was an accountant and the president of Tri-State Bank, he was the treasurer of the event. You see, we know of Dr. King coming to Memphis in 1968. We visit this Black History website teach that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. first came to Mason Temple in Memphis to support the NAACP's volunteer ticket, and on July the 31st, 1959, to support the election that happened in August of 1959. I'm Anthony F. Elmore in downtown Memphis on the mighty Mississippi River, bringing you another hot and fiery Black Memphis history lesson.